We have to move on to the topic that keeps giving in the
All
NBA.
right, I learned my lesson.
Yeah, first of all, don't mess with Tracy. You should know that. But Tracy, here you go. It is teed up for you. If Grizzlies fans want to see the big three of LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, they will have to get on a plane to do it. They will not even be on the bench tonight. Cavs' Ty Lue said they did not travel to Memphis. Now, I do want to point out, this is the back-to-back of a home-and-home with Memphis. And Memphis did rest Marc Gasol last night in Cleveland. So this is a little bit turnabout is fair play. Here's what LeBron had to say about it when he was questioned.
Our coach wanted to rest us. I'm not going to buck at my coach, and that's what he wants, and that's what we're going to do. I've been in this league 14 years. I shouldn't have to explain me sitting out games or not playing games. I've played in every arena, including Seattle that's no longer here, including some other places. So, it's not like it's my first year.
I think we ran that just because of the hat, by the way.
He's played 14 years. The other guys haven't put in 10 years yet. I don't understand that. This is my own problem. Now, LeBron, he's off the hook. Yes, he's been in the finals, 6, 7 straight years, so he's off the hook. I don't mind him. But the other two guys, look, when Memphis Grizzlies are marketing their tickets, trying to get their season ticket holders and people to buy tickets, you best believe the defending champs is one of those games that everybody wants to see. LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving. So for them to be in the Eastern Conference, Memphis Grizzlies being in the West, they only come there once a year. So it's some fans out there that is looking forward to seeing these guys play, and they're not going to play.
Precedent's been set, though. It's not going to change. Adam Silver's been asked about this.
It might change
because we reported a week or two ago that the league is going to move the season opener up starting next season. It's going to move up a week to 10 days. That's going to create a little extra wiggle room in the schedule, but there's still going to be patches where there are home and homes or tough travel. And Adam Silver has said, I don't feel comfortable telling teams how you manage rest. In a perfect world, all the rest would be in home games and guys would never rest in road games. But if the league's not going to tell coaches they have to do that. So we're still going to see this on occasion.
On the flip side of that, hell, if I had a coach like that resting me throughout the year, I'd probably still be playing, guys.
Tracy,
you got to pop too late.
Would you wear that hat?
It was okay on LeBron. He could get away with it.
He can get away with it.
You that good?
I don't know.
Who's going to tell him?
Could get away with that hat. I'm just saying.
Welcome back to The Jump. Presented by Doers.
Wade to the rack. The turn, no foul, and here comes Minnesota. The Bulls have to foul now, and they do.
I think they actually just threw Dwayne Wade. Did he just get ejected?
I think he did, and he knew it too. You are right, Doris. He knew it immediately. And he goes straight to the locker room. He knew it, whatever it was that transpired a moment ago. With Ben Taylor, one of the youngest officials in the league at 31 years of age, Wade knew he was going to be done.
Oh, that's
What
funny.
do you think? Was it justified on D-Wade's
Listen,
part?
man, it all fell apart for them. I would losing to them.
Right.
I would have got thrown out at the end too.
Sour. I mean, look, they gave up a 21-point lead,
He got
right?
his money's worth. If he takes a walk like that, he knows he got his money's
He knows,
worth.
right? And you know what the official, too, they pointed out on the broadcast, one of the youngest guys in the league trying to set the precedent to other guys around the league. You cannot do that in my face and curse me out the way that Dwayne just did. So that is a little bit about what's going on there, too. But let's talk about the team on the other side, Timber Bucks. The Young Wolves, 21-point comeback on the Bulls last night. That is the largest comeback of the season thus far of anyone, anywhere. So props to them. Zach LaVine, 24 points in 43 minutes. And the whole team, right, just looked like they really wanted to win for Tibbs. And Tracy, you talked to Karl Anthony Towns about it after the game.
Carl, this T-Mac. Great win, big fella. Tell me the importance of getting this win for Tibbs being back in Chicago.
I mean, it was real important. To me personally, it was. I didn't shoot the ball well tonight, and, I just felt every time I missed a shot, that I was letting Tibbs down, but I just tried to pick it up on the other end. When you're not hitting shots, there's a lot more ways to be just as effective, and I just tried to bring a lot of energy all around. I told Tibbs in the fourth quarter, I'm going to bring this home for you, so I'm just glad that I was able to come true on my word.
That was so sweet, right? I mean, they clearly meant something to him. Well, first of all, I loved how his face lit up and said, T-Mac.
We never get reactions like
I know,
that.
we never do. It's just like, oh, Rachel, hey. But that was a great question because we had talking on the show yesterday that this hadn't quite gelled between the coach and these young players, but last night you saw it.
And we talked about what Tibbs brought to the Bulls when he was coaching that team, right? Their identity, they were a tough, gritty team. This is what I expected to see out of Minnesota when Tibbs was, named the head coach with this young group of talent. You have 3 guys on this team averaging over 20 points. And I expected to see the grit and tenacity out of these guys because that's what Tibbs brings. They showed that last night. Now, will this be a catapult to something, greater for them? We have to find out.
Well, if your theory's right and Towns' sound after the game backs it up that they really were playing for Tibbs, it's a great sign because I think this has been a really tough first 25 games for both sides. These are young kids. We know young does not win in this league. These guys have never been coached as hard as Tibbs is going to coach these guys. But then for Thibodeau, it's an adjustment too because in Chicago he had vets. Mm-hmm. And this is a team full of kids who are going to take time to learn his way. So
talk to them differently.
They looked connected last night, and that's a great sign.
Yes.
Right, so we could see this could be the beginning of something. Sometimes you need to get a little angry to make it all work. Who knows? There were actually a lot of good games last night, not just that one. Knicks Suns went into overtime, but I got to tell you, the moment that got all the attention,
I love it.
This dust up,
I love
Kristaps Porzingis, Marquise Chris, and look, Porzingis gets pushed down and then retaliated by opponents shoving the Suns rookie. This angle is amazing, by the way, right? Boom! They both got teed up. After the game, Melo had some words of praise.
I wasn't surprised. He needed it. He needed to, get that. Sometimes people try to take advantage of his kindness. I've never seen him get that angry. So for him to kind of get to that point, obviously something was going on.
I love it. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy has game. 7-3, he has game. And the young fella tried it. So I wanted to see him retaliate. They're going to push him around and test him. Look, you're a man first. Don't let nobody punk you out on the basketball court.
This is a good tech to take, right? This is a good.
Sure.
You
I'm not mad at him for this. Don't let nobody push you around. Get up and retaliate.
The only thing I don't like is that it kind of has that he's European, so he's soft and he's got to prove himself undertones. And that just I don't like only because this guy, since the minute he got to New York, has done everything right.
This is basketball.
He's handled.
I was going to say, I don't think it's a European thing. I think he's a young guy in the league and he's got to prove himself.
Look, listen.
I'm not so sure.
That's a sign of respect right there. That's what that is. I respect you. But I'm going to test you and see, what type of man you are.
Right. Well, I mean, look, this wasn't the first time, right, that we've seen the Suns and the Knicks dust up. We've got some good old video here. You know we're going to rip this out if we get an excuse to. Doc Rivers and KJ.
Look, KJ, you can't be running now.
That's a different league. That is a different league. You just see the speed at which those guys were confronting each other. This would not happen. This would not happen today.
But it's fun to show. Come on.
And today,
it
listen,
makes last night
man, our fans will love that today.
Tracy's all wistful. He gets his cup up.
They
He's
will
like
love
ready to
that.
have a
Ratings
cup
will be
of
sky high. They'll be tuned in just to see a fight.
You'd come back if that was how it was.
I love it.
Then he would come back. We have to take a quick break. We got a lot more to come, but first, here's our distant replay. This date in 2004. We have a surprise for you, Jason. Check it out.
Feeds Richardson. Robinson gets it off in time, left it short. Richardson, ferocious
Poor Sean Bradley, man.
Yeah, you didn't say that when you did it.
You'll see that play over
I was there when Tracy did it to him. I was there for that one. This happened a lot in the early 2000s.
That actually was the same year, I think.
Stan Van Gundy, when asked about the Pistons having a stretch of winnable games coming up, but after losing to the Sixers, said, "We are capable of beating anybody. We are capable of losing to anybody."
Basically, he's saying, guys, we're not that good. No matter who we play against, we can't take them lightly. That's exactly what he's saying.
Well, they lost to the Sixers, so.
Right. So.
I don't ever want to be a beat writer again, but if I do, I want to cover Stan Van Gundy.
Right? Be
every day, just fills it up.
Soak-ins, the Stan Van Gundiness of it all.
And that's a shot at the Sixers, too. I mean.
It's a shot at the Sixers. It's a little bit of a shot.
You can say that about every team in the
right?
league, though, except Cleveland and Golden State. Everybody can beat everybody.
What do you think it's like playing for a coach who says stuff like this, though?
I think he's just trying to motivate us and have us understand that, again, we can't take, no matter who we play,
right.
we can't take them lightly because we're not that good.
Right. So these quote idea of winnable games from the media, right. when we all come up and say, "Oh, you've got winnable games."
So you paid attention to what coaches said in the paper?
Just for that.
I did, especially Jeff Van Gundy.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you got it. There you go. Time for Make or Miss. Those Van Gundy brothers, you cannot ignore them. Make emojis. The Hawks tweeted a season recap after last night with emojis representing all of their wins and losses this season. Yeah, I don't know how closely you can see that, but there's not as many smiley faces as one would like. They're 3-11 in their last 14. Tracy's doing the human version. Mark, what is going on with this team?
Well, Schroeder and Bazemore, I would have to say, not living up to their new contracts. I think Kyle Korver
Well, that's a lot
is
of those
missing
guys
Jeff
in the league not
Teague.
doing that.
If the Hawks were as cohesive as their social media team, because they're really good on social
really
media,
good on
they would
social
be.
media. Although they apparently need Tracy to do the faces for them, they would be good. Miss Booksmarts, take a listen to this.
Karl Malone was one of the most dominant at this two-word position. Amy.
What is point guard?
Nope. Tim or Bridget? He was a great power forward.
Oh, man. That's a big point guard there.
Right?
My
But those
goodness,
people are smart.
strong
Can we
country
really
point guard?
Can we really take shots? Because
No.
they're probably smarter.
Have you seen what Karl Malone looks like? Even if you don't know basketball, you can't really just say, I don't know. All right,
Can't
May,
depend on
we'll move on. May practice. Buddy Hield shared stories of his workout with Kobe Bryant, including that Kobe made him practice the same move 100 times in a row. Tracy, how do you feel about this? You have worked out with Kobe Bryant.
Well, maybe he needs to do it 150 or 200 times, because I haven't seen it. I don't know. I'm just saying, I haven't seen it yet.
He is young. Give him a little bit. He's playing on that team. You got to give him a little room to go. But you've practiced with Kobe, right? He's intense.
He is very intense.
How old were you?
34, 35.
Oh, wow.
I was
Yeah.
old.
Can't
Yeah.
handle it a little bit better, a little bit differently. Miss retirement planning. Dirk Nowitzki told a German magazine that he wants to play until 2018, but would retire after the season if, quote, things don't go so well and it hurts everywhere. Mark, as the world's Dirk Nowitzki reporter, how do you feel about this?
Look, he's been saying this for a while now. If the body doesn't let him play, he's going to have a decision to
gonna
make.
have
And
to.
right now, it's not letting him. This Achilles thing won't go away. But he wants to play 20 years even. He wants to play next season. I think we'll see.
All right, make throwback jams. Tracy, this is you
Is it?
jamming out to
hey.
Ice Ice Baby on the NBA
Look.
Countdown set last
Get
night.
it.
So what do we think?
Because my DJ last night, I'm not going to say no names, but that's what I was stuck with.
There we
Ice
go.
Ice Baby, so I had to make the best of it. I'm going to be off the show for a while, so I had to leave him with that.
Mark, does Tracy like Ice Ice Baby too much or way too much?
No, I mean, you know what? We want our athletes to be real. He is so real in this clip.
It's not real. Real sad.
No,
I appreciate it, Mark.
Real
That's-
sad.
that's the real- that's-
Nobody needs to see that. There are children who watch
No.
that show.
That was
Can you like
scary?
this? Oh, by the way, Candace Parker
Wow.